everyone, it's Jeannie Marie with Artistic Pours and More. And today what we're doing is the next part in our Geode series. So we've got this far. Let me move these out of the way. Here. Welcome to my channel, by the way. I'm sorry. I do appreciate all of you very much, more than you know. So, welcome to my channel. What we're doing today is we are removing, as you can see, here's our two geodes. They have dried nicely with the KS resin. And what we're going to work on today is just peeling the tape off. You get started on the bottom, you can normally do it with no problem. Get yourself a pair of scissors. And, ow! You can see there's a piece of glass right there. Be very careful. Just keep it going, and let's see how this regular tape comes off compared to painter's tape. I would tell you right now, painter's tape is not easy to get off, and it seeped down inside too much, so I believe this might be easier. And if for some reason it doesn't want to come off as easy, you're not going to see it by the time we're done with this total process, because what we're going to be doing after this stage, you won't even see the edges right here. So we still want to take the tape off. So we're going to continue. You just want to work it off, peel it off. I got two to do here, so here you go. Here's some coming off the side. It is peeling off right there. So you just want to peel it off just like that, all the way around, the best you can. And if you have another layer and you can't get it off, it's okay. So we're just going to skip along and continue to peel this off. And we will get back with you. If you're working along with me, you go ahead and peel yours off. And pause the video if you'd like, because after we peel all this off, we're going to show you what the next step is going to be. So I'm going to continue to peel it off, and we'll show you what it looks like at the end once we get it all peeled off. So we'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, we're back, and we've got this one done to the point where we want it to be done. And I'm going to show you after I peeled as much as I could peel off. I got all of it here. I also used this, which you need to be very careful with, just to peel some of it off that way too. I then take my I then take my sanding block that I got at the Dollar Tree for $1, and they've got a soft side, a coarse side, and a fine side. What I do at that point is I take my coarse side and I just start sanding the best I can to get as much of that tape off that I didn't get off already off. You are still going to have tape on there, but you're not going to see it, as you can tell. Not to mention what we're going to be doing here in a minute. Well, on the next video, I should say. So, basically, you're just going to be taking this, using that hard side, and sanding it, and sanding it, and sanding it. After you have basically picked away all the tape that you can get off. And it doesn't hurt to peel off some of the wood bark with the tape, because you're not going to see the wood bark anyway. It's actually for the weight. You want it and the resin for the weight, and it to look more realistic when we're through. That's why we put the base on them, which is actually going to be one of our next steps, is the base. Now you can tell that this is getting sandy looking, and it will. as you're taking off that layer. It's okay because of two things. I'm going to clean it up when we're done sanding. I also like to go right against the edge like this to make sure there's no really super sharp edges right on the edge. And it helps take that tape off right against the edge too. And it's okay from about here down anyway, because you're not going to see that. We are going to build this up around it like we did on these. So first we got to mix that, which I've already made a video, and I'm going to attach that video to this little video so you can see what our next step is. Alright, so after you get done doing all that, make sure you get it sanded the way you want it. Does not have to be perfect. You're going to then take your toothbrush. What you're going to do is take loosen anything that you've got going on that wants to come out. That way it comes out now. And now what I do is I take a drop of the coconut Dimethicone, the coconut oil, put one squirt in my toothbrush, and I go over the top just like that. Shine it up, and then the side. You don't want to go crazy on the side, just enough to shine it a little bit, because we're going to be wanting that mixture that we make to stick to the sides, so it's more the top than anything, and just a little bit on the edges, and to help knock away any loose stones. So there's our green one. Could be emerald or amethyst. And there's our, did I say amethyst? I meant emerald or peridot. And here's our amethyst looking one right here. Here's what they look like on the sides and the bottom and the top before we go to the next step. And I'm going to put that next step in the video, like I said, right after this. And then on our very last video, we will finish it out. So I hope you enjoyed this series. We've got one more, after today's video, we got one more video to go to complete it. Hi everyone, it's Jeannie Marie with Artistic Pours and More, and welcome to my channel. Today we are working on the Geode series, and this is more towards the end. We're actually, I'm actually making this early, so I'm not sure what part this is going to be. Probably I would say 6, but we'll find out. I'm actually making the bottom part right here for the geodes, and this is basically the modeling paste. And what I did to make it a little thicker was I added a little bit of baby powder to it, so it's a nice thick consistency. I don't know if you can see that, but it is super thick. And we want that thicker because we're going to add some paint to it to make it a good color. Because most of the geodes, well, you'll see them in different colors, but they're mostly grayish, dark gray. So I'm going to put some black in there and stir that around and see what we come up with. You might have it too black. Hopefully it'll be just the right color. We'll find out here in just a minute as soon as I get it mixed up. So what you do is you take some of your modeling paste, put it into a bowl, You can actually do the paint first and then add the baby powder to it, but be careful. You don't want to add too much. And it doesn't always have to be the same color. I'm already liking the color I'm seeing right here. It's a nice gray. Oh, it's almost a perfect color for what I have for a natural geode, which you probably saw in, I think it was part 1 I did, or part 2. So this is the color you're going to want. It's a nice gray, and you just want to mix it up nicely, and you still want to make sure it's nice and thick, because it's going to go on the back of your geode when you're done for a base. Also, what we'll be showing you in the near future is these pieces right here, which you're already probably going to see these by the time you see this video. But this is the real base. It's actually wood that you can purchase. I bought those at Arteza, and I think you got like 45 or 50 or something like that for, I don't know, I got them pretty reasonable because they offered me a sale. However, you can buy them at, I believe, Hobby Lobby, maybe even Michael's. Certain times of the year they have them in there in the little wood section, for sure at Hobby Lobby. And you don't have to buy as many. You don't have to buy the quantity that I bought, but I plan on doing a lot of different crafts, not just geodes. And you can normally get them cheaper if you're buying more of a larger quantity. So you still want it nice and thick, because what you're going to end up having to do is put more than one coat on the bottom of your geodes. You're going to probably have to put 2, because you don't want to put one really super thick coat and wait for it to dry. You want it to put a medium to thin coat, and then if it's not to your liking, then you add another coat and let that coat dry too. So basically you can have it any color you want. You can have it reddish color, like a brick if you want. However, the most natural ones are more like stone. So you're going to see a lot of the gray. Either a darker gray, a lighter gray, or even some almost as dark as black. So it's up to you, whatever color you want it to be. But because there is a mixture in this modeling paste, when you add black to it, of course, it's going to turn gray. So it's actually perfect. You shouldn't have to add any other color, except if you want it darker, you want to add a little bit of black at a time until you get it all mixed up to the right color or shade you want it to be. So that's it for this part, and what we'll do on the next video is we are going to apply it to the back of our resin geodes. So thank you for joining me, everyone. We'll see you soon. God bless, be safe, and be happy. Bye-bye now.